when we're not doing well, I do not want to pray.
Yeah.
Because God confronts our sin and brokenness.
It's like instant. Like,
Instant.
God, oh, okay. I see where I'm wrong.
Oh, it's me again.
Yeah, like, I'm certain it's 100% her fault. And then, Lord, oh.
Yes.
Okay, so today we're going to do a Wilson original. But because we've run out of original material, we brought some people in to help us.
First of all, we have Arlene Pellicane with us, who has volunteered to come in.
I want to be part of the Wilson original.
Yes.
You're sitting in the middle between two couples. It's like you're a counselor.
You're a therapist.
The therapist is in.
Not
really,
but. And Arlene, tell us, like, you've written several books. Tell us about those.
I write about marriage and parenting. So Screen Kids, if you're having trouble with technology. Parents Rising, if you're having trouble because your kids are bossing you around. And Making Marriage Easier, if you want to make it easier. So those would be the three I would point people to.
See, she's really good to be able to be sitting in this with us.
And all I know is I'm looking over at Bruce and Maria Goff, who are with us, and they hit each other like, we need all those books.
I was thinking check, and check. Yeah.
Okay, give us a little hint. Let our listeners and viewers hear about your family, the stage of life you're in.
We both nodded at each other. We've got 4 girls. We've been married 12 years. We've got 4 girls, 9, 6, 3, and 0. And they are precious, and we love them very much.
It sounds like you're convincing yourself. And your job is you're inside the studio, usually on the other side of that glass.
Yeah, I had to show Jim, my boss, how to do my job right before I came in here. It took all of 3.5 seconds. Press this button, then this button.
I don't think so. You make
and then
us
don't press
sound-
another button till we're done.
But some of our listeners have heard you guys before because you are honest, you are frank. And when you were in here before and we recorded you, Maria, what were we talking about?
Keeping score. Happy couples keep score
Oh, yeah.
But they keep score
of the good
positively
things.
of the other person.
That's no fun.
I know. I'm so good at the other one.
But I just love that you guys are in it in terms of being parents of your kids are in, like, I think you're in the hardest phase of marriage.
And I'm just
Thanks.
glad we're not in it anymore. That's all I got to say.
And Arlene, how old are your kids?
They're 15, 18, 20. So
So
we do kind of have a nice bridge
Yeah.
here
Yes.
going on.
But do you think that they're in the hardest phase of marriage?
You are in the busiest because you are still thinking, like, do we have the diaper bag? Do we have the sippy cup? This person needs their food cut. Like, it is intense.
Do
You
I
are
still like my
totally in
husband?
the
Do I
intense.
still like my wife?
Yeah.
I think you're in the biggest comparison in terms of whose life is harder and
Oh,
whose
yeah.
life is easier.
Do you guys
It's
feel
not
it?
really a contest. I mean, yeah, but it's funny, like, you talking about remembering
saying-
the bag and the diapers and stuff. If we forget a passy, my brain automatically, it's her fault. As if I couldn't have also remembered to bring a passy. But I'm like, you forgot a passy?
Is that what happens?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Your brain doesn't go that way?
Okay. No, I mean, I do blame him for everything.
Yeah.
That was what you're saying. But
I thought you were going to say some
no,
things.
I don't expect him to remember the baby stuff. Like, I do mentally feel like I register that I'm in charge of collecting the baby things going out the door. But,
But Maria, you're also homeschooling.
yes, I am.
Did you hear the sigh? Yes, I am.
Followed by
Yes,
the
I
giggling.
am.
So what are we talking about with these
Well, I want to
guys?
ask you guys another question now we're here. Do you guys play the Whose Life is Harder game?
We do.
Yes, we do, actually. Yeah.
We do.
I mean, you're in that stage
Well,
where I
it's
know
obvious
we
whose
did.
life is harder.
But I think, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, when he said that a while ago, I was thinking you are saying that it is me.
Yes,
right?
yeah. No, in some ways, having a
When you say
newborn
it's no
makes our
contest.
marriage better because there's no contest. I'm like, you're doing more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it puts us in that good keeping track of score thing. We're very healthy at this point. It's when they get older that I'm like, I feel like I'm doing more.
Well, honestly, I don't necessarily feel like maybe I am doing more, but I don't think of it in terms of I'm doing more. I think of it in terms of I'm doing more, but I have more of the mental load. Like there's stuff that I carry around in my head that he doesn't ever have to think about.
Like what?
I'm planning meals. I'm planning lessons. I'm keeping track of schedules. I'm keeping track of medications and dosages. All of those things that he has no idea. Like I have to, if I'm leaving the house, he's like, how much does this person get of this? And whatever. And like, if
You
this
call
happens,
your kids this person?
if somebody gets sick, he's like, what do I give them?
Yeah, but I make my own breakfast. Okay,
It's true. It's
the
true.
Nate Bargatze. I do my own laundry.
But do you have your own
I
list
don't,
of
but-
things in your head, Bruce? Like,
Yeah.
can
mowing
we
the
make
lawn.
it financially?
Yeah.
What's
Yes.
going on with
Yeah.
my job?
Who's been
And-
keeping up with the fertilizer in the yard? You asked me the other day. Have we been keeping up? Yes, we have.
This is true.
Arlene, does that change, do you think, as your kids get older, of keeping track?
I don't think so because it just continues in that new season. Whatever season you're at, you're kind of that way. But it made me think of Pam and Bill Farrell about the waffles and spaghetti because
Yes.
the man is just thinking more simply. It's just the male brain is more like, I need to go to work. I need to go pick that up. Where the woman
Hey, you
has
didn't
a
have to make it
big ol-
sound
I'm sorry.
dumb. I just have to.
Me have to go.
Okay, we better
go
edit
work.
that out. I better make it.
Me, bring
That's
home.
my male impression. But the woman's got a whole big plate of spaghetti on her head that's thinking about all these different things all the time. So I kind of feel like we women we just think about things.
And
a lot
then
more.
as they get older, now you're thinking relational stuff with your kids. How are they feeling about their teacher? And that girl was mean to them.
Yeah.
And so now it becomes this whole relational bundle.
Right, and then the husband often is like, "Who's that again?" Right, and then you know it's like, "Well, that's that friend from the biology class." You're like,
Yeah.
"I have no idea who this person
yeah,
is."
one of our sons said to Dave, like, know the people in the game, Dad.
You don't have to bring
know
that up.
our friends' names. That's it's
I
like,
still don't know their names. And they were at our house all the time. But I mean, do you feel like, because Bruce, I wasn't like you. I always thought my job was harder, even though obviously hers was hard, especially with 3 boys like under 5, and a baby in the house. And I'm coming in like, oh, I had such a hard day. I was in a meeting and I had to go to lunch with this guy. And she's like, you went to lunch with somebody?
With grown-ups.
I'm like, no, I didn't go to lunch with
you
anybody.
didn't have to cut up anybody's food. Like, what was that like?
But I actually had this perception that what I'm carrying is a lot heavier than yours. You got babies. And I didn't realize it was a lot harder for her. And she wasn't homeschooling. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I had to text her the other day, and I was like, "Oh, I hate doing this, but like, can I borrow the car? We're having a meeting at Starbucks." So I go home, take the car. See ya.
Actually, you ended up riding with Bobby.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. Bobby.
He worked it out. So
Bobby
I could
came
have the
through
car.
again.
Okay.
That's true.
Did you have some story? I don't even know what it was about you moving a tree.
Oh yeah.
I asked him to go get a tomato plant from my friend who was moving away, and he and Jim come back with this tree. And I'm like, what the heck is this? And he's like,
You just wanted a little
you
plant?
said the big plant. You said the big, huge one. And I'm like, this is not, do you know what
the
a
one we
tomato-
took didn't even belong to the people.
No. I was like,
So wait,
I was like,
so
you
wait,
don't know what a
Maria.
tomato
And that's
plant
like
looks
3 or 4
You're
times.
like, bring home that tomato plant, and they come home with a potted tree?
Yeah, and like 3 or 4 times, I'm like, that's not. You think that's gonna fit in our car? She's like, I don't know. If you push the seat back, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to get Jim in his truck for
And
that.
I'm like pointing at the tomato
no,
plant. when we
there
had
was
this
no pointing. We were
conversation
inside, and I said the big one, and you said yeah.
that was right next to us, like the big, huge one. Yes,
I don't remember
right over
any
there,
pointing
the big,
going
huge
on.
one.
There was just the big one.
The one
And
with the tomatoes.
I think
on
Jim
it.
made a great point
Like,
at the time, though.
literally
He
had
said-
tomatoes on it.
Jim said, "Who's dumber?" Me for not knowing what a tomato plant looks like,
Or-
or you for thinking I know what a tomato plant looks like.
But it
I
does-
can't believe
Did
two
it have
guys did
tomatoes?
this.
Wait.
They
Did
stole-
it have tomatoes on it?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
Bruce.
I don't know how tomatoes grow, and I assume it's just out of season right now. I don't know.
So
I still don't know.
he stole the
I don't know what you were
neighbor's tree.
saying.
Oh my gosh, that's
Fortunately,
late.
You take it
We
fortunately,
back?
brought it back like within 5 minutes.
fortunately, they had already moved away.
Yeah, so it was all
also,
good.
so there's nobody in the house.
Threw
So
out our
nobody
backs,
actually
but,
knew
you know.
that
That's
they
good.
stole it, unless they checked their ring camera or something.
Well, here's where we want to go today. Not that all that wasn't great, but we have some questions to diagnose the health.
Well,
of
these
a
are 10
marriage.
diagnostic questions for you and your spouse from Kevin DeYoung. He wrote a blog about
Right.
it. And so we're going to go through some of his diagnostics and just hear what you guys have to say.
You
Although,
could have used these on your 10th anniversary.
We could have.
You know, it might
We
have.
could have, Bruce.
thanks for bringing that up. You know,
He's like, you brought out the tomato plant. I'm
Yeah.
going here.
the day my wife said our marriage is over. Yeah.
Because you thought you were a 9.9 and she thought you were a
Yes.
0.3.
0.5.
Okay.
0.5.
Hey,
Sorry, yeah.
at the beginning of this blog, see how I'm transitioning? He talks about laughter, which isn't even one of the 10, but he says the couple that laughs together lasts together.
I like that.
That's good.
Agree, disagree?
Agree.
A
I
hearty
feel like
agreement.
the times that we have really cracked up together, whatever, we're like, we need to do this more.
Arlene, you write about that in your
you have
latest
to
book.
have fun together. One of those decisions to make marriage easier is take fun seriously.
Did you guys do that when you had kids? Like when they were, our age, like young, under 10?
We
Yeah.
went on
Prioritize
dates.
fun?
Yeah.
Well, we went on dates and then we did fun stuff with the kids.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like we rented an
you guys
RV.
were, like, the
We did
funnest
an RV trip,
parents.
and I didn't want to do it because it's going to cost money. Blah. And there's some of the greatest memories we've ever had.
Making memories is really big for us, and it was
Yeah.
when our kids were little.
We had woods behind our house. We put a tent in the middle of the woods, and we slept out there on Friday nights sometimes. And my oldest son, who's now IT with Sharper Image, literally got an extension cord, 300 or 400, 500 of them, brought a TV out into the woods. We're like, we're not watching TV.
We watched a war
Let's
movie.
watch war movies out here and pretend we're cowboys in the...
So
you
then,
know.
in the middle of the night, we're in the middle of these woods, and in Michigan, there's so many deer, and you can hear this snorting sound.
Did you know deers do that?
You guys.
I'm scared to
I
I'm
thought
like,
it was like a wild
I
boar.
mean,
And then
Yeah.
after the war movie, and you're in the tent.
yes, Arlene. So we're all in the tent.
I didn't even want to look out. I was like,
It's
I
so
don't even
loud.
want to see what's
All I
happening.
can envision is this buck with his big, and it's in the fall, so he's got
And you think they're going to
his
rush the
antlers.
tent? Like, what's this tent doing in my woods? And they're going to rush us.
And so what do? You laugh. You either laugh or you cry. And we laugh. It's awful. So I think that's true.
All right,
Laughter.
let's talk about 10 questions to diagnose the health of your marriage.
Was that one of them?
No.
No.
Oh, we haven't even gotten
That
to
was
that.
just- That was just part of
going
it.
slow.
That's the 11th one, I guess. The first one Kevin mentions is, do you pray together? Healthy marriages pray together. Yes?
What do you guys think?
Not enough.
Not enough, no.
If it makes you feel
Definitely
any
not.
better, I would answer that way too. Not enough.
Why?
We'll go ahead and answer that way then.
I will.
We do it about 4 times a day. So you guys are just
We
losers.
don't.
No, we do not.
Here's my question. Why do you think couples don't pray together?
Couples?
Why do you think couples...
I like how he pointed it
I like
out.
that's laughter.
He mocks her.
I create laughter.
Why do you think...
We got to keep that in. Don't edit that out.
It's
Why do you
riddles.
think couples don't pray together?
Busyness.
Tired.
We're not too busy to watch a new series.
See? That's what we do.
Just play crossword.
It
Boom.
doesn't take
holier than thou.
effort. It doesn't take effort to pray.
true.
But why does
To
prayer
watch
feel
a
like
show.
effort? It's just talking.
I don't know.
It's intimate.
It just does.
I think that's it.
Yeah. Well,
It's
We're
intimate.
having a day here. What do you
Arlene,
mean
what do you-
intimate?
it's like I gotta like
It feels like a
expose
chore.
myself. She exposes herself. Like praying to God. That's
I don't mind the intimacy. To me,
Opening
it's
your
just
soul.
It's something that has to be done. So if it has to be done, then it feels like a chore to me.
mm,
Oh,
don't know.
maybe that's how you feel. Do you feel like that?
I can't say that on air.
There's so much in my life that has to be done that it's like another thing that has to be done. And I'm like, I don't want to do it. I want to do what I want to do for once today.
Oh, there's something.
So then it's maybe like, how do you make it an on the way kind of
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Not like a thing you have to
Well,
do, but
yeah.
like on the way from point A to point B.
Or-
I'm talking to God.
I mean,
on
obviously,
this.
there's a heart issue of
Yeah.
I need to reorient so that it is something that I want, something that I look
So do you
forward to.
pray during the day, just throughout the day? Like,
I do.
Lord, this is terrible. And so
Yes,
you'll do it alone.
on my own.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh. What
Now,
do you-
let me ask the ladies this. I've got 3 of them here. This is me and Bruce asking. Bruce doesn't know what I'm going to ask. But do you women feel like when your husband prays or even leads like, hey, let's pray, is it romantic? Is there something about it that's like romantically stimulating toward your man?
I will say yes, because it's like, oh, this is the man I fell in love with. Because one thing I really liked about James when we were dating, he was very spiritually passionate. Like he'd pray and he'd worship, and you just felt like, wow, you really love God. So I really liked that. So I think, to go back to your earlier question of sometimes why don't we pray? Sometimes it's like, as women, we're waiting maybe for the man to lead to do the prayer, because then you don't want to feel like, I'm the wife and I'm so spiritual and I'm so godly. Because women tend to be more we read, we journal, we do these like spiritual like activities. But, praying, it doesn't matter how you pray. You could be praying in the car. It's just as spiritual as praying somewhere else. So we're waiting for the man to lead. And then the man is thinking, oh, I'm not going to do it good enough. Like the way
Yes.
the wife wants me
Yeah.
to do it. And I
Yeah.
don't have time to read the study and do all this stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm just not going to do it. So I think there's a little bit of that too.
Maria, what was going on in your head? Because your face revealed something different.
have no poker
I have
face.
to have an honest moment here of that's not. There are other spiritual things that he does that are attractive and romantic, like you were talking
Inducing.
about to me. But a lot of times when he decides he wants to do those things, it's when we're in bed at night and I'm like so tired. It's not what I want to do right then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you okay with him
Timing
just
is
praying
important.
over you?
Yeah, I would be, but that's usually he wants to pray together.
No, a lot of times I just pray. But
Yeah,
I'll say, let's pray, but
that's
it's really
true.
just me praying.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
I think what happened, we used to pray more before we had kids.
Yeah.
We pray as a family way more than we
Yeah.
pray as a couple.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And I think in my head, I'm like, we prayed at the dinner table. Like she was there,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we prayed together.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
not the same.
Ah, interesting.
You know the stats, right? On couples that pray. It's staggering.
Hmm.
Couples that pray together daily. Well, no, didn't
On
say
a
daily.
regular
Regular,
basis.
once, 2 or 3 times probably a week. Divorce rate is 1 in 1,152.
Wow.
That's
We
crazy.
need to
It's
start
just-
praying.
50%
That's
outside the
motivating.
church, 23% divorce rate in the church,
Wow.
1 in 1,152. It's just like, there must be something there. It's like, well, there's a spiritual thing going on.
Yeah.
If you're going to be that intimate to say, we're going to do this 3 or 4 times, maybe 7 times, whatever. But regularly, this is part of our thing. It's
And our prayers are quick.
big deal.
They're
I was going to
short
say, what
at
does it
night.
look like for Dave and Ann Wilson?
Yeah.
Give us a little insight.
Don't hold us to any pedestal. But it used to look like this. We'd be getting ready, getting in bed. I can tell Dave's getting tired. And so I'd be thinking, oh, he's going to pray. He's the pastor after all of the church
yeah.
of thousands of people.
I prayed for all the people that day.
And then he falls asleep. And then I'm like, oh, well, he could pray for them, but he can't pray for us or me. And then I have this resentment going on within me. And I realize, and so then if nobody prays, who wins? Satan, basically. That's how I see it. I'm more black and white. And so we talked about that. And Dave, I mean, you still fall asleep sometimes, but who cares who prays or who falls asleep?
Let's just pray.
Yeah, let's just pray. And it's quick. So it'd be like, Lord, we love you. Thanks for today. Lord, we're really like, this is keeping me up. Here's what's going on. It's not even 3 minutes.
No, it's
sometimes.
very short. And sometimes we've had seasons where we got on our knees
Yeah.
and just say, hey, let's do this for a month.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And sometimes those were 30 seconds. Sometimes there were 2 minutes, but
Yeah. And when Dave comes in and he's already on his knees, to me, that is like so romantic.
she has never
yes!
not jumped on her
Yes!
knees beside me. Like, boom, right there.
I'm like, are we praying together? I feel like we're going to battle. Like, we going to battle? Yes, let's get in there together.
I remember one time, I think I've maybe shared it.
You
We have like
have.
a studio at home, and it was during COVID, and I had the door shut. So it's upstairs. It used to be a bedroom. And I grabbed my acoustic and I'm like, bless the Lord, oh my soul. Bam, the door
I'm in the
opens.
kitchen.
Are we worshiping? Yeah, let's go. I'm like, I sort of want to have a moment by myself.
That's so funny.
She's like all over it. Like, I guess we are.
You've never done it again. It makes me so sad.
I do it real quiet now.
That's terrible.
But there's something, I think, in that, at least for us. I think, you tell me if women feel this way, but there's something when you're spiritually moving together, that there's something happening good in your marriage, right? That's got to be
It's like
true.
gelling you together.
Yeah.
Like you feel like
Intimate.
it's working. We're
Yeah.
closer.
It could
Yeah.
be the word. It could be reading the Bible. You could be praying. You could be singing. Anything that you're going vertical, I think, connects a couple.
But I will say, Dave, when we're not doing well, I do not want to pray.
Yeah.
I don't want to pray with you. I don't even want to pray. Because God, the truth of who he is, it confronts your soul. And it makes you already know, like, we need to resolve something. How does it look for you guys, Arlene, you and James?
Yeah, so it can be that separate prayer first, right?
Yeah.
That you're just praying like, God, help me to forgive. God, help me to be nice. God, help me to see it how he's seeing it, and then coming back together, And so I do have those quick bathroom prayers, that you
Yeah.
go quick in the bathroom. Lord, help me not be mad. Show me why am I mad? And really, why are you unhappy, oh my soul kind of thing? Like asking yourself, what is it about that set me off? Like,
Yeah.
what is it that he needs to know that he's not understanding? Because a lot of times it's misunderstanding, right? So it's like, what do I need to communicate more clearly? But it is, you see it in the Gospels, right? Go make it right with the person and then come back to me and offer your offering.
Right.
So I do see it like keeping the marriage in sync is part of your worship. Like, Lord, I want to make it right with this person. so I can now make it right with you. And of course, as much as it depends on you, you do it. The other person might not be working with you, but you're only doing your part. But it's true, though, a soft heart towards your spouse, it helps you then have a soft heart towards God.
Yeah.
But when you're hard-hearted towards your spouse, you're hard-hearted towards God because you don't want to talk to him about what's happening. So there is a correlation there.
Dave and I were in this big fight. I was going on a trip, and he was supposed to fix...
I'm thinking, which one?
I'm thinking, what did Dave do?
He was supposed to fix the headlight on this car, and I was going to drive 5
do
hours.
not share that.
And I had given him like a month or two. I'm like, hey, we've got to get that
That little
headlight.
amount of time, huh?
A month or two. So
And every time, like, yeah, I'll get to it. I'll get to it.
And I know that I can't go have it fixed because it would cost too much money, and he would want to fix it himself. So the day of this event where I'm leaving, the kids are little. I come home, and I have to take the car he's in. So he gets out. I throw my bags in the car. I get in the driver's seat, kiss him. I'm like, hey, you fixed the headlight, right? And he goes, oh, I totally forgot. And I just looked at him like, you are unbelievable.
She was tipped.
I was so mad. And so I leave, and I can see him in my mirror. I can see him saying, and the boys are little, like car seat little,
I'm
the
literally
youngest.
throwing them in
He's
the
throwing
car.
him in this minivan.
Follow me to Kmart.
He's not even putting him in a car seat. And I'm like, see, that's who I married. Look at him. And I'm driving, and I am so mad. And when I vent, I can vent to God about it. Like, can you believe that, Lord? Look at him. Like, look, he doesn't even care. I've given him 2 months. I do everything. And then I hear this little voice. What are you going to be speaking on? This is in my head. What are you going to be speaking on this weekend to these women? About how your husband doesn't meet all your needs and Jesus can meet your needs. And you know what I do? I turn on the radio really loud because I'm like, I don't want to hear what God says right now.
I'm not ready.
I'm like, Lord, I was
I'm not
venting
ready
to
to
you.
hear that.
I was venting to you, but I don't want to hear what you have to say.
But then it was on K-Love, and you're like, ah!
But anyway, I think when my heart gets hard, the last thing I want to do is pray
Oh, yeah.
because God confronts our sin and brokenness.
It's like instant. Like,
Instant.
God, oh, okay. I see where I'm wrong.
Oh, it's me again.
Yeah, like, I'm going into prayer, like, certain it's 100% her fault. And then, Lord,
Yes.
Or if you have a sin that you need to confess. I know you guys never have any, but
I can imagine that that's hard.
there can be. Yeah. I mean, that prevents you. It's like a blockage because you're right. You said earlier, Bruce, it's intimate. It's like it's hard to fake it. You know?
Okay, let's go into the next one. Do you still notice each other? Physical attraction matters. Do you still see and appreciate your spouse's appearance?
When I read that yesterday, I thought, I believe you're stunning.
Oh, my.
So here we go. That's what she does.
She is stunning.
I believe that. From the day I dated her, I thought she's the hottest thing I ever saw, and I feel the same way now. And I don't say it a lot. I mean, I say it now, and she's like, please don't even say it. And look at that's reaction. Even when I say it, I think you're beautiful. She said, no, I'm not. I get this, I get this, I get this. And I need to do
Snaggle
this, I need to do
chins
this. I need to pull that. Like, I'm like, I just think you're beautiful. I'm not just
That's really
making it
sweet.
up. And even the other night, laying in this tent doing this camping marriage thing, I look over and I'm like, this is amazing that she'll even do this. How many wives would say, I'm not doing this? I'm getting a
Tons.
house. And I'm not saying good or bad. I'm just like, my wife is willing to do it. And you look great. And I believe that. So I'm just thinking, do we say
Here
that?
for
Do
those of
we-
you watching on YouTube, like,
No, when I read that,
That's
do
the
you
screen. That's the screenshot.
Yeah.
The thumbnail.
oh, yeah, don't use that, please.
put a picture of us in high school, whatever. But you
Okay,
still
wait, let's
notice
ask.
each other. I see it, but I don't say it enough.
What do you guys think about
Oh,
that?
I was gonna say I notice him, but I feel like a lot of times he doesn't notice me.
I don't say it nearly enough. Yeah. And I notice sometimes I'll say it to the girls, you know, and she'll be like, where's my love? You know?
Yeah.
Does that matter to you, Maria?
Yes,
Yeah.
It does.
it does.
And when he doesn't, what do you feel? What goes through your mind?
I just, you have all the thoughts of like, well, I must not be attractive anymore, or I don't know.
Yeah, it's a thing right now in our marriage, I think, if we want
What?
to get real talk of like, at least for me, an insecurity is like, you know that I like your hair down. And it's an insecurity, but I was like, if she loved me, she'd wear it down more often. And so I'm always asking you, can you wear your hair down?
Pull your hair out.
Pull your hair
And
out.
it drives me insane.
And it drives her nuts. And
Because
it's
I'm
kind of-
like,
Because-
I'm wiping But I'm, washing dishes. I'm cleaning pee off the floor. Like I'm doing all these things. I don't have time to pull my hair down, and it's getting in my way. Like, but then it's like I feel like, oh well, he doesn't think I'm pretty if I don't pull my hair down.
Oh, this is so good because this is exactly right how it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because for you, it'd be like for Maria, it's like I need to put my hair up to do the thing. And then for Bruce, it's like, oh, but I just love it so much when your hair is down. So
But it's more than that. It's more than that because he makes it a love issue. Because he says, if you loved me, you would do this. Like he's said that before. Like
Well, and
it
it's
just
not
feels
right.
like such
It's
a
how
small
I
thing.
feel. It's wrong,
It
but it's
feels
how
like
I
such
feel.
a small thing that you could do that makes me feel loved. And so then it makes me feel like on top of everything else where I feel like I'm failing, something else that I'm failing because I can't pull my hair down or remember to pull my hair down, I'm failing you again.
And so I would probably feel like, not to not be on your side, Bruce, but like, does that mean I'm ugly when my hair's up?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm not pretty. Like, that's what I was saying. Like, and then I feel like, well, I'm not pretty. He doesn't think I'm pretty unless I pull my hair down.
Yeah. And so if I want to be somewhat attractive to him, I need to have my hair down. And right now, I don't care about being attractive. I just need to get my kid to go to sleep.
Yeah.
So how do you help? How do you help that couple?
Look, I'm not here to defend myself on this.
I know you're not. I know
For
you're
sure.
hard.
I mean, you have every right to put
mean,
it up.
yes.
And
I'm just saying
you have
you
every
brought it
right
up.
not to be bothered about it. So I'm not going to defend myself one bit. It's not right.
we need to give kudos to Bruce
I know.
for being able to say this. Like that's kind of a big
Yes.
thing. And then we're going to retrain you, Bruce, to like have all these pictures of Maria with her hair up and for you to be like, oh, I like it that way. So it's almost like a learning, like I'm going to learn out of love how to like your hair this way. And then for you, Maria, that out of love, that you'll be like, oh, it's date night, hair's down.
Yeah.
You know,
And I
so
will-
things,
And she does
things
always
like
do that. It's
Yeah,
not
I
like
do
she's
try to
like you
remember
never
before he gets
do
home
it.
at least
Yeah.
to pull the hair tie out, but I don't always remember.
Even makeup.
Yeah.
Like when you have little kids, it's the last thing you're thinking about. But then, like when you're blonde and you have no eyebrows and no eyelashes, and you're like, you can't even see your eyes. I don't know. I think my sister wore makeup, and so I got into habit of that, of not doing it all the time, but sometimes. Like, is that important? It's that same kind of thing.
Yeah, and there have been times where he's like, well, you always put on makeup when you're going out, when you're going to go see other people, but how come you don't put on makeup for me, And so not a lot more. I need to do it more, but I will try to just put something
And on the other side,
before he
Bruce, you need
gets
to get her
home.
out. Get her out of the house.
You're right.
Call it hair down night.
I love it. Yeah, that's great. That's a great
And I
one.
will say too, as we get older as women, like that's why I scoffed, because I thought like I'm just gonna get more mature and more okay with my physical appearance. And I was like that for a while. And then you start getting older and it gets harder and harder. And so when Dave says, oh, you look so good, I'm like, no, I don't. I look like I'm 90 years old, So I think there's something about receiving the compliment as well, which is really healthy. Arlene, you're shaking your head.
I was thinking the whole noticing thing because it's true. They just blend in, like your spouse just blends in to the whole scene of whatever's happening to your house, and you really do not notice them. Like I will say that, like while my kids were little, I'm noticing my kids
Yeah.
because they're growing, they need stuff, they're always changing, and then your spouse is the same. So you're like, I already got that, I already saw that.
Yeah.
So you do have to go back.
Yep.
And I think that's what the like once a year, one day getaway does. It's like what that does is like it brings you back to notice each other again, to notice because you go through phases where it's like we're not really noticing. So it is like thinking it through, like I have to do this on purpose. Like sometimes even like, it used to be, of course, when you were dating, you would look at each other for a long time and it's not a big deal. Like you're falling in love. But now if you look at each other, like what? Why are you looking at me? Do I have something in my hair? Like what?
Do I have something in my teeth?
Yeah, something wrong? And so sometimes I will just even try, like James will be in the kitchen and I will just on purpose, like glance at him a little more just as like a little exercise for myself. To be like, let me just actually really look at you, and it's just like a few seconds, but just this thought of like, oh, I want to notice you. And I'm the kind of person too, I don't notice things. Like my husband can trim it was funny. He had trimmed we have palm trees. We're in San Diego. He had spent 4 hours trimming all the palm trees, but I don't notice that at all. So I came home and I think I did like the dishes or something. And he came in and I was like, and he asked me to do something. I was like, I'm not going to do that. I just did the dishes. And he was like, I did the palm trees for 4 hours this morning. And I was like, oh, I didn't even notice that you did that. You win. I should do the chore because you've done that for 4 hours. We don't notice what the other person does.
Yeah.
So I think that idea of like, okay, I'm going to notice what you do, that goes a long way.
I think I was going to say, I think that is more of what you would want is for me to notice what you're doing.
Yeah.
You don't really care if I notice how you look.
The physical part.
That doesn't really mean much
Well,
to
it's, we're going to have Gary Chapman in here tomorrow, but who needs him? I'll explain it all. But it's a love language thing where I think you really like words of affirmation.
Yeah.
You receive love that way, and I don't so much. And so I don't think to love you that way. Dave, I love the example that you set just by being so open on this program, because you've talked about that one time that Ann came down the stairs and you thought she just looked drop dead gorgeous and you just thought it and didn't say it.
Word.
That happens to me. Like just the other night we were on a date on Saturday night and thought you looked so good. I didn't say a thing.
Nope.
Just thought it.
So then see how easy this is?
Yeah.
Then all it is like, wow, you look really beautiful tonight,
Yeah.
babe. It's
I
just one thing. And it's like,
That
whoa.
is-
It's a new habit.
That is a crazy idea.
And all I need to do is throw my trash away.
It's that simple.
Now, I do think it's really important for men too
I was going to ask, is it
to
important
be
for men?
noticed.
Not for me.
He doesn't.
But noticed in what way? I think that's a good question.
That's the thing. Like,
Yes.
if I notice, because he'll be like, clean the garage, and I don't care. Like, I don't care about the garage. He
Yeah,
cares
I
about the
would. I'd be
garage.
like, look at that garage.
I don't care about the garage, but like, if I notice, if I say like, thank you for cleaning the garage, or thank you for whatever it is that he did, he appreciates it when I notice the things that he does, not necessarily how he looks.
Well, and I'm with Ann. She'll say, "How did I get such a good-looking husband?" I'm just like, whatever.
doesn't
Like you're, or just like, I don't
He
know why
doesn't
you're
like the
like that's not
attention
like you're just
in
being
that
funny.
way.
Yeah.
Like you obviously don't mean that. You know, like
So
it's
the,
part of that.
the question would be, you love it when I notice what?
What?
Hey, before we continue our conversation, I just want to remind you that our vision at Family Life is every home, a godly home. And we need your help to get there. When you become a Family Life partner, your monthly support makes that vision actually possible.
And listen to this. If you join the Family Life Partner Program, you'll get access to exclusive updates and events and the chance to join our partners' only online community. But more than that, you'll be teaming up with us to change the future of families. So the question is, will you stand with us?
You can learn more and become a partner at FamilyLifeToday.com. Just click the donate button at the top. And again, that's FamilyLifeToday.com. Okay, let's get back to the conversation.
I mean, I don't care if you think I look good. I'm trying to look good, but look at me. I can't do much. There's not a lot of
bad
good.
as I am now.
But no, I mean, even a couple weeks ago, I was preaching and, we stream. So I didn't know she was watching the first service. I'm going to do 4 that day.
Mm-hmm.
And right at the end of my sermon, she texts, I was talking about how all the disciples were martyred. They weren't all, and I didn't have time to say it. I had a whole chart. So I started riffing. I get a text before I'm done with the sermon. John wasn't killed. He was boiled in oil.
Oh, but survived.
But survived
Yeah.
on the island.
And I didn't remember. I just
Yeah.
put them all in one thing, and I just ran out of time. But all that to say, and I even told the congregation, hey, you got to have a marriage like mine. My wife texts me just to clear it up. John wasn't killed.
I thought you could correct it
Which is
before you
really good.
ended.
But before I went into the next service, I also get a text that says, this was really, really good. Of all the people in the congregation that come up to me, their comments mean nothing. Hers means everything, good and bad. But I know she was like, you're good, and you just did a great job. That's a 10 out of 10 to a guy.
But it says a lot about that I can do that, because I would come to a later service and see it live. But there's something about Dave's like, hey, I really love what you see in my messages and what you think I should improve. That says a lot about you even.
Yeah, but
For
it's
sure.
the notice thing.
Yeah.
We really, I say this at men's retreats. No, I say it so women will understand this about their man. Your man is still a little boy who's saying, hey, Mom, do you see? Do you see? Do you see? I mean, we aren't, but we sort of are. We're still like looking for you to say, You're a good man. You're
And
a
I
good
want
husband.
specifics. I want
Yeah.
You
like,
do?
If I was preaching that sermon, I'd want her to say
Yeah.
that point about this or that. Man, that was
And
really
she did.
good.
Really
You know,
good.
when I'll play
Yeah.
it like a radio spot for her.
Yeah.
And
Because that demonstrates that I was really
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah.
and I want you to like just on your own say, "Whoa, that little thing right there, that was so cool." You know?
I always say to Dave, "Oh, you're fishing now." You want me to go on about it? Like, oh, I used to feel like, wait, really? You need me to? I'm like, now I realize, like, yeah, he
Yeah.
does want me to do
Like
that.
that was good, but was it the best you ever heard in your life?
Right.
Or that's what it was.
I mean, it's kind of getting down in the weeds, but when I played the trailer for Road to Kaluma, and you
that was a
said, "So is
fight.
that supposed to be a trailer or like a sample?"
He got
And
so
I'm like,
mad at me.
Yeah,
He
I'm
got so mad at me. I was like, what did I do? I don't know what I did.
I mean, but you're
I
right. It's a
legit-
little boy insecurity.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
it is.
I legitimately didn't know what this piece of audio was supposed to be.
Like it's a trailer.
And
It's
because
a really good
because
one,
I
isn't it?
questioned, because I didn't
It's
automatically
like everybody
know
at
it was
work
a trailer.
loved it as a trailer.
Arlene, what does James want you to notice?
What does James want me to notice? I think similar to what Dave is saying, like with the accomplishments,
Yeah.
the things that are being done. Like it is funny though, my sweet James, he is trying to hold on to his hair. So he's and so he does not.
Give up.
Yeah.
It's a losing battle unless you want to spend a lot of money.
So it's like he's working on his appearance
Yeah.
in that sense, but he doesn't care.
Yeah.
You know, I could notice things, but
Yeah.
he doesn't care as much. It's more like, whoa, he loves
You
to
did
learn.
the palm trees.
He did the palm trees. He would like that. He would, because he's an acts of service person.
Yeah.
So if I notice that you actually did the act of service, which
Yeah.
I have completely ignored, so acknowledgement of that. He really loves respect.
Yeah.
So he loves like, this is the direction we're going with the family or whatever it is. And I say, wonderful, even if we need to talk about it. But at the end, I back you up. That's huge. That's his thing. Like, I respect you. I'll back you up. That's what he wants me to notice.
I
And
think
believe it or
that's-
not, there's 10 of these.
I know.
We've covered 2. I don't know if we're going to even get close to 10, but the next one is, do you hold hands?
Yes, we
Of course
do.
we do.
Yeah,
all the
now you
time.
Aw, you
We all
We
just
do.
did.
Do you really allow?
Sometimes it's usually, unfortunately, I mean, look, I'll just make myself look bad continually. You usually are the one that reaches over.
Yeah, well,
I
I'm
will
I'm the
sometimes.
physical touch person, so
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you still reach
and
out.
I often bring up when we were dating, we didn't kiss until our wedding day,
Mm.
and so holding hands was a big deal. So when we'd be in the car and he would reach over and grab my hand, it was
Your
like,
hands are like kissing.
he's touching
Yeah,
me.
one time our elbows touched.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
That's really sweet, though. Do you think, is it important to you, Maria?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I shared this on the Married with Benefits one about physical. One of the episodes was physical touch.
Mm-hmm.
I think I shared it in anyway. It doesn't matter. And we had friends over, and I had heard that day or read that day the chapter on physical touch and how important it is, and just even putting your hand on her back.
Yeah.
So we had friends over, we're playing games, and I remember just thinking, I'll just rub her back. And then at the end of the night, we're cleaning up. Friends are gone.
would
She's like,
love
"You were
that.
so sweet tonight." And I was my normal, usual, probably not the nicest person, you know.
But just-
I was a jerk, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But somehow, because I put my hand on her
It's true.
back,
It just
she's like, "You were so
Coded
sweet
everything.
tonight." I'm like, okay.
It's like learn, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I haven't done it since, but
No, there is something really powerful about that.
Yeah.
I feel like that too.
And I think couples over years stop.
Arlene, what
Yeah,
about
I was
you
gonna
guys?
say
They don't do it.
Yeah, we don't do it. We do it. He'll grab my hand at church when the prayer is happening. He takes my hand, which I really like. I am not a physical touch person, so it doesn't like bother me as much. But you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't speak as much. But like if we're going on a date, like then we will maybe hold hands to the door and out the door and that kind of thing. But on a regular basis, not as much. So it is a really simple way, and it does take like a reminder. Like even
Yeah.
here in studio, we're talking about it. So that's when Bruce and Maria took hands because it's like we're talking about it, so you take hands. So even just listening to this conversation, usually we need a cue.
Yeah.
When you're falling in love, you need no cue because you're just like so attracted to each other. But later you need cues like, oh, let me take your hand now. Let me hold hands.
When Dave does that, I notice every single time. He doesn't. Like, I feel like sometimes you're like, don't touch my feet, or don't, I could be like, oh, and he could care less. But especially coming from sexual abuse and never in my life being touched except for sexual kind of abuse, because my family wasn't affectionate. So I really noticed just healthy, like rubbing my back, holding my hand. It does mean so much. And so I would say this for our listeners. Put it in your phone. If it doesn't come natural, put it as a reminder in your phone.
Hold hands.
Hold hands.
It's interesting because it's like we're so polar opposite in that he does not want to be touched.
Yes,
he
that's
does not
Dave.
want to be
Especially if
touched.
it's like repetitive, just like
rubbing the
Yes.
back.
Oh, you know.
Or he's
Oh,
just
are you
like,
almost done?
please stop. Please stop.
But so for you, it wouldn't come natural to do that.
no.
Yeah, for Maria.
How would you feel though if I had a reminder? Like, does that bother you at all?
No.
Okay.
It wouldn't bother me. Like, good, put that. I'll put it in there for you.
Hey, let me ask you this one. It's not in here, but it's in the same category. Do you ever kiss?
Yeah.
Like just kiss without
You know what?
sex or anything else?
The
It's just
funny thing is,
kiss.
what's helped us with that, I think what's made it a thing for us is Bluey. There's an episode of Bluey called Smoochy Kiss. And they like,
The
the
kids
kids
hate
freak
it,
out when
yeah.
their parents have a smoochy kiss. And so we'll do that now. Be like, smoochy kiss.
And then all our
adorable.
girls go, and I go, you like it.
That's
You'd hate it
so
if we didn't.
Cute.
I love this.
And you know what? They'll never forget that.
Yeah.
Because for kids, that's total security.
Yeah.
My mom and dad love each other.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
about
Years
you,
ago,
Arlene?
I interviewed Clifford and Joyce Penner. So they wrote The Gift of Sex, these sex therapists. And my husband was so excited, like, oh my goodness, you're talking to the sex therapist. I'm so happy. He couldn't believe it. So, and they suggested the 5 to 30-second kiss every day. And they said it's to keep the pilot light lit between you and that it's clear that it is not the go signal, because that was the big joke. Like
Right.
the woman doesn't want to give the 5 to 30-second kiss because
Not
then
every woman does.
not every woman, because then the man thinks, oh, this is the go signal. And the woman's just like, I just want to show love. So you kind of have like a little chat
It's the
about
pilot
it.
light, you're
It's
saying.
the pilot
I
light
like
to keep
that.
that lit. And so whenever we hear things like this, then we're like, oh, good, let's go back to the daily kiss. But then once somebody gets sick and you're like, oh, don't kiss me. And then you get out of the habit. So one day, like when we have the little kids, James made a chart. He put a chart on the refrigerator of boxes, and we were supposed to check off with the kissing. Like we were supposed to check off every box if we kissed.
that sounds
So-
so
Nice.
unromantic.
It was so
I
funny.
love it.
It
I
was
would
so
love
fun. And
that.
it was like, with
Yeah.
our kids and stuff. And
We
then
should get stamps.
We should.
Our kids
get
get,
stamps.
our kids get
I
stamps.
really
We
talked
should get
about this.
stamps.
We need to have our grown-up stamp
you
chart.
could have
Yes.
smoochy kiss
You
stamps.
should.
And one of our kids asked like what it was, and I wasn't smart enough. I hadn't thought of an answer, so I was like, "Oh, that's Daddy and I's kissing chart," and it was just like, "Okay, that's our kissing chart."
And since then, you didn't know you were dubbing it
Yeah.
forever, what
Yes.
it was called.
Here's the next one. When did you last say I'm sorry?
All the time.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think we have trouble.
No.
No.
Arlene, is that important, do you think?
Yes, to be able to own it,
Yeah.
like instead of being like, "Well, it's your fault. I wouldn't have done that if you did that." You know, so really being quick to be like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And sometimes, like we as women, you know how like you're the, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." Like we say it too many times, so sometimes we don't have to say it so much. But being willing
Yeah.
to say like, "Oh,
I mean,
yeah, I did
is it
that. I'm
different
sorry."
than I'm wrong or I was wrong?
It's the same vein, right? You're just like, I was
It can be
wrong.
because sometimes we'll be like, I'm sorry you felt that way. Like, I didn't do anything wrong, but I'm sorry you felt that way. Like, it's a
That's
you problem.
not an apology.
I don't remember doing that
No,
often.
I'm
Oh.
saying I'll do
Oh,
it.
yeah. I remember hearing Tim Keller's wife, I think her name's Kathleen, she was talking about how sometimes though Tim would apologize too quickly. And she's like, no, that's not fair. You can't just immediately apologize.
Yeah.
And that's interesting. I mean, have you ever felt that? Where it's almost like you're getting off the hook too easily. Like, oh, we don't have to deal with it anymore.
I would
'cause
feel like that.
apologized.
If it hadn't been resolved, like it's
Yeah.
not time for apologies. You're just trying to get out of it.
Exactly.
You're trying to get out of the resolution of figuring it out.
Yeah. And I think I'm probably guilty of that. It's
I think
a lot-
people, what is that called in conflict styles? It's the
Win, yield, lose.
yield.
What?
It's a yielder. I'm sorry. You're right. You know,
Yeah. Right. Like, well, no. We need to hash this out
Yeah.
and then we'll apologize. But you can't just jump there.
Yeah.
Because I haven't gotten to like really share why
Right.
that was making me feel this way. I mean, have you ever felt that from me where I
Yes,
jumped
100%.
Really?
Yes.
Are you sure?
100%.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, because I am a feeler. And so it's important to me when he's leaving to work or when we're going to bed. I want to leave on an up note. I don't want to go to bed upset because then I can't sleep. And obviously, sleep is not coming easily to me right now, anyways, with little ones. But so I'll be like, you forgive me? Come on, you forgive me because I want peace so that I
Yeah,
can
and
go
I'll
to
be
sleep.
leaving for work.
And
And she's
he's
like,
like-
seriously, you're just going to leave for work like this?
And that just makes it even worse. He's just like, whatever, I don't want to talk about it right now. Because it takes him time to like
Process it and
flip the switch.
Well, and you're the one that doesn't want to go to sleep until we've resolved it.
Yeah, and
Where
you're like,
when
you're
we
like,
did
you're
that,
not really sorry. You just want to have peace so you can go to sleep. It's not
It's
about, whether or not you
Totally.
the resolution of the
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
And I know you're going to have Dr. Chapman on, and he does the 5 languages of apology. We included it in that Screen Kids book, but I don't know if I'll remember all 5, but it's, expressing regret. It's restitution, like, how can I make this right? Asking for forgiveness. Will you forgive me? That's about as good as I can do. There's 2 more, but it is
Those are really good,
But
though,
it is
Arlene.
this idea that it's not just I'm sorry, but I acknowledge what I've done. I will not do this again in the future. I'll do my best to not do it again in the future. And will you forgive me? Oh, and is there something I can do to make it up to you? Like it's restitution. So these different phases to make it feel like, oh, you
Yeah.
really are sorry.
Yeah.
we skip that a lot. So, and that's probably when I'm not actually sorry. I just want to get it resolved.
I'm the one that probably has always had the harder time apologizing to Dave. I'm quick to apologize to our kids, but to me, in my life, that revealed the pridefulness. Like, that's a pridefulness to not be able to say, I'm sorry. You're really quick to do it, I think. And Dave
Does that
marked.
make more mistakes?
No,
I need to say it a lot.
I don't think so. But I remember thinking, why is this so hard for me to apologize? And it's pride. Yeah, I think, do you guys all think apology is really important?
It's how you repair relationships.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if something's broken, that does the trick.
But an actual apology, like
An
what you were
actual
talking
apology.
about, and that it's takes work and humility.
We
So
should
it's not
ask
so easy.
Dr. Chapman about those. So did you hit 4 of them though? I feel like,
maybe.
That's pretty good.
yeah, I think that's good.
All right, when's the last time you said thank you?
You're
By the
be-
way,
you're
we're
better at
halfway
this.
done.
I would say
5. That's only number
think-
5.
I think we do that. I don't know when the last time was, but
See, you guys should feel good about
Yeah.
yourselves.
Look at us. And I do it more now that we have a newborn. Like I
Yes,
said,
you do say-
having the newborn has actually helped our marriage because
we're in a really good place. I feel like.
we're it's easier for me to see how much you're doing. So this is not anything on you. It's on me. Like even I can't be
Yeah.
blind to what you're doing now,
Here's the thing, though. I feel like there has been a change because even with 3, I was still doing almost as much.
Now you were doing nothing. But now that we have a newborn,
Especially when we had just moved and I'm unpacking the house.
yeah, no,
and
but
stuff.
yeah, it goes right over my head.
But I feel like now more than ever you have been noticing, and that for me just it frees me to be like, I don't know. Emotionally it frees me to focus on loving you well because I don't feel like I'm constantly trying to make sure that I get seen.
yeah.
That's sweet.
But I think you do a really good job of saying thank you.
Oh, well, thanks.
Oh, what about
You just
No,
did
thank
it right
you.
then.
good job? What about you, Arlene?
When James took me to the airport to bring me here. So that would have been the last time. Thank you for coming early and thanks for bringing me to the airport. And he is very sweet. Like he put in a note in the suitcase and I like it
For this trip he did?
for this trip. So, and it was like, I know you've been working hard with your book and promoting it, and I believe in you 100%. And that was a long way.
Mm-hmm.
So
That goes a
good.
long way. So,
Yeah, it sure does.
So,
And I'm telling you, it doesn't take that much time to do those little
Exactly.
things.
Yeah.
And it's, for me, I think it's a pride that wouldn't do it. Like, well, I think what I used to think was, well, what did he do for me? Doesn't matter. It's what did Jesus do for me? That's what matters. And so as a result of that and my worship to him, I'm going to love Dave and respect him in a way that it'll communicate to him that I do. But man, those little things go a long way. I think that's important.
Well, it's interesting, Niece. We're talking about diagnostics. Do you say, I'm sorry? Do you say, thank you? Here's the next one we haven't gotten to yet. Do you surprise each other?
Yeah. So one thing I did is a lot of times Bruce will take the girls to Sam's Club for dinner because it's cheap.
Oh,
And
it's so cheap.
So
I just
cheap.
did that with our
It's
grandkids.
unbelievable.
They
Yes.
have their hot dog is dairy free, so it's safe for Estelle. And so, once a week sometimes,
Mhm.
maybe twice a month.
Also, I like their frozen yogurt. So
Yeah.
it's like, hey, I'll do this for you, honey.
So he takes all the girls
All of them.
to Sam's for dinner so I can have a couple hours to myself. And so one night I packed all the girls in the car, got the house all tidy because he can't relax if the house is not tidy, and left the house before he got home from work so that when he got home from work, there was nobody there, and it was just quiet and clean, and he could have some time.
It
to
is so
himself.
weird to be home with nobody else there.
It's your future.
So he could watch a movie
50
on
years from
with
now.
the
Yeah, I
projector
could
with the
crank-
speakers on
crank the
full
5.1.
Did you do that,
I
Bruce?
did. Yeah.
Right. What a sweet gift
It
to
was so
each
sweet.
other.
Yeah. It
Haven't
was
done
my
it
love
since,
language.
but-
No, but I mean, the fact that you did it at all is amazing.
It's
Yeah.
really sweet.
That's cool.
Yeah. And if you set the bar really low, I find if I set the bar really low, then it makes surprises that much easier. You know, like, oh, you were considerate.
We haven't done that kind of
For
thing
me,
in a
not you.
while. Surprise each other. What about you
Yeah,
guys?
I would have to kind of scratch my head and be like, when did I surprise James? When did he surprise me? Because it's like you're so planned out. Like I'm not a spontaneous person.
Yeah.
So I'd have to really work on that. So I'm gonna get.
We
I
just
gotta
did
work
it.
on a
My
little
question though
surprise.
was it talking about like actual planned surprises, or was it talking about like are
Spontaneous
you
acts of
surprised? Are you
kindness.
surprised by your spouse, like how they?
Oh,
I think
how
you're
they
doing something
change or
to
they do-
surprise them.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
I think
it's a
it's like
spontaneous
like
act of
it could be like a
kindness.
note. It could
Yours
be like
was
a
totally
cookie.
like
The
that.
note
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
the-
yours
But I
is
was
always.
saying like
Yeah.
the way I took it at first was like, oh yeah, I've been so surprised at how like I was talking about with how he sees everything that I do since the baby came.
Yeah.
Like how like accommodating and kind he's been with like giving me time to myself and pushing me out the door to go do things with girlfriends or whatever because he sees everything that I do, and that has surprised me because it hasn't always been like
Oh, that is
See, that's
legit.
a-
That
back to
answers
the
that.
low
That
bar.
does
Bruce,
answer
Yeah.
the question. No,
Speak
that
to the husband listener who's not doing that. Like, why? What's compelling you? What's helping you to do that?
I mean, part of it is like Brant Hansen when he talks about you're the keeper of the garden. That's what the man does in the relationship. And just thinking, okay, I want her to flourish as my wife. And she does so well when she's with her friends. You know, it's just how she's wired. So, yeah, I just want to see her flourish.
That's really
it's
sweet.
beautiful.
I mean, we were driving not too long ago. You said we don't do this. I'm going to stick up for us. We were driving to our hometown in Ohio, coming from a trip,
Yes.
and we pulled in. There's a burger place there called Wilson's Hamburgers. Everybody used to think we started it, and it's where Wendy's came from. It's that hamburger and the Frosty. And we were driving through the drive-through because we're going through Findlay. We got to get a Wilson's hamburger.
It's where we
and a-
both grew up.
and a Dietz's ice cream. There's the best ice cream in the country. And I'm in the drive-through, and I look across this downtown little town,
It's
40,000
tiny.
people. And there's this new hotel. It's been there a while, but it's gorgeous. I mean, really high end, called the Hancock Hotel. And I'm like, let's spend the night. We don't have to be home tonight. Of course, we don't have kids like you guys. We're empty nesters. She's like, what? We're not spending the night. Why not? We can sleep in, get home tomorrow by noon. We're like an hour and a half from
We
home.
didn't do it because I'm
Yeah.
like, I cannot enjoy it right
She's not
now.
gonna do it.
But you
because
tried.
I'm not
You
as
tried.
spontaneous as he is. But we went home and then we planned
I
to
booked
come
it
back.
a week later, and we came back on a Thursday night. And I think we might have shared this, but when we pulled back into Findlay, and again, we did book the hotel, really nice room, and where we're going to eat that night. And before we went to the hotel, we stopped at every significant place in our dating relationship.
and in our growing up relationship
Yeah,
because
it
we
was
both grew
pretty
up there.
cool.
Wow.
But when we
That's
got
good, man.
to,
And that was a surprise.
we went to the cemetery where his little brother was buried.
buried, yeah,
He was
Greg.
5 years old when he died. And so we got out, and Dave had done this every week with your mom. You'd go.
Growing up. And Ann's like, you're not going to know where his grave is. I'm like, ding, ding, ding. Here it is. It was
Walked
pouring
right
down
to it.
rain, too.
Wow.
We just stood there and looked at it. She didn't know. I went there every week with my mom. And I remember as a kid thinking, Mom, this is stupid. What are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
And now I realize it wasn't stupid.
But even to have those conversations, like, what did you feel like as a 7-year-old when that was your little 5-year-old brother, you know? And so we went to the schools where we each went to school, and we
My
talked about
goodness.
our highlights and our the low moments of the school and where we had our first date on the tennis court. It was so sweet. And that was just just to take the time. It was a day and one night.
Yeah, it was a great trip.
My goodness.
Do
Yeah.
that. Folks, do that. Figure out a way to do something significantly special and surprising.
And maybe take our little diagnostic test.
All right, so we'll do one more marriage diagnostic. We've done 6. Kevin DeYoung wrote this blog, and you can get that in the show notes. If you want to see all 10, I think ours is as good as any of them. But, here's the last one. When is the last time you embarrassed the kids together? Being playful and silly with your spouse shows love and provides a positive example for your children.
Well, we kind of talked about that with the smoochy kiss.
Yeah.
We do that.
That's embarrassing
We do,
And sweet.
you know,
and memorable.
I tell our girls, I'm like, you don't understand how weird Maria and I are. Your mom and I are. Like,
You
my
say
parents
that?
were not like this, you know,
Yeah.
because we'll do like crazy dance parties or something,
Yeah.
you know, or like belt out some 80s ballad, or I'm trying to think. And I was like, you have no idea how normal
awesome
my
we
parents
are.
were. Like, my parents had self-dignity, and, you know.
They were just normal.
I have this thing where I will try to mispronounce things as bad as I can, but see if Google will still understand me. So I'll be like, hey, Google, what's the forecast? And it'll be like, the forecast today is, and I'm like, it's still new. Oh, whoop.
Look at that. It's going up straight now.
But I can't even, like, my brain can't even wrap my head around my dad doing that. So,
Goofy,
yeah.
being goofy.
Your
That
dad did-
generation,
your
they
dad
weren't
didn't?
goofy.
I mean, he could be goofy sometimes, but for the most part, he was pretty, you know.
How about I
had some
embarrass
dignity.
our kids are adults. It's hard to embarrass adults. Kids, remember a couple months, it was last year, they were down here in Florida, and Cody with his kids was with you, and I went over to this little play area, and there were these high school football team there, and they were running routes. I'm an old quarterback.
I'm embarrassed.
And
just
I'm
listening.
watching them run routes, and the guy throwing the ball is terrible. And they had little jerseys on, so I thought, these guys play somewhere near. Next thing you know, I'm up there like, you guys need somebody to really throw the ball? They're like, yeah, they look at this old guy. I go,
Only
give me the ball,
Dave
and I
would
start
do
whipping it,
this.
and they're like, oh my gosh, you could throw. And they all start lining up. And Cody comes over, and he goes, only Dad.
Wait, we come
my
over.
goodness.
We're in a golf cart, all of us, and our son, who was a receiver in the NFL, sees this
Who I threw to
scene.
him his whole
Right.
life, you know.
We look over, and there's Dave in the middle of this field
I don't even have shoes on. I have
Yeah.
bare feet.
with all these, like, a line of like 10 high school
And nobody
boys.
asked, right? I mean,
Nobody. He just went up. That's what Cody said. I guarantee Dave went up. Dad went up and said, "Hey, you guys need me to throw to you?"
I'll throw. I
And
did.
so,
That's exactly
and
what I did.
then, I mean, it was like, Cody is like, I'm not surprised one bit. This is who my dad is. Embarrassing, but super cool. And he goes, you know what the crazy thing is? All those kids think he is amazing. Like, he's amazing.
Because they were pretty bad. But
That's
anyway.
funny. That must be a dad thing, because my dad, he used to be chief of fire and rescue in
Oh.
a little small town that we grew up in, but then he's retired from that. But
Yeah.
if we saw an accident or something, he'd get out and start helping. Even if there
No,
was
he
crews,
wouldn't.
I'd be like, Dad, I think they've got it covered. He's directing traffic and stuff, so it's like, you just do
Yeah.
what you do.
That's funny. Arlene, do you have any?
We are always embarrassing our children.
You are?
Yes, because I'll either be like, oh, can I do it too? And it's like, Mom, just calm down. Or I'm taking pictures of everything. Mom, put away your phone. Stop taking pictures of it. And then James is constantly, like, if there's music going, then his arms are flailing and he's walking down the street like this and, his
Nice.
arms flailing.
and he's
it's
thinking he's
just like,
super cool,
yes,
and the
he's so
kids are
cool.
like, no.
Or does he
And
know he's
just
not
does it.
cool?
He knows he's not
Okay,
cool. And he
yeah.
does it all the time.
But do the girls
All the time.
or do your kids know that he knows that
Yes,
he's okay?
they do.
Okay.
But it's still like embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's still
We don't
like,
have teenagers yet, so our kids, it takes a lot to embarrass
They still
them.
think we're funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's good.
I love
And
it.
I think the principle here is be free.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
take the risk to do something crazy. I used to try and do accents in my sermons sometimes.
Oh.
You've
That
done them on
is
FLT.
so bad,
on
so
FamilyLife
bad.
today.
And the boys are like, Dad, just never even try. The first one I did was Billy Crystal in some movie, like, that's marvelous or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, you just.
Father of the Bride.
Father. Really?
No,
That's marvelous.
No, it was something else.
Anyway, I give up.
It's like when
So,
you read aloud to the girls, your voices.
Yeah, she's way better at the voices.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I think that the idea too is if we're not intentional with some of these things, it won't happen. And we talk about at the Weekend Remember Marriage Conference for Family Life that we all drift toward isolation, and we have to strategically and intentionally move toward oneness. And these are some good ways to make sure that we're moving toward oneness.
this brings you back toward oneness. I'm going to say them real quick. Pray together, notice each other, hold hands, say I'm sorry, say thank you, surprise each other, embarrass each other and the kids. And guess what? There's 3 more. You're going to have to go to the show notes and click on the article to get it. Arlene, thank you.
Amazing. Thanks for being with us.
It's been such a joy. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. And if you like this episode,
You better like it.
just hit that like button.
And we'd like you to subscribe. So all you got to do is go down and hit the subscribe. I can't say the word subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. I don't think I can say this word.
Like and subscribe.
Look at that. You say it so easy. Subscribe. There it goes.